Okay, so we're going to take a look at a question from the 2023 HSC Standard 2 Maths paper. So this is question 37. We're told the table shows personal income tax rates for different taxable incomes for a particular country. A person with a taxable income of $90,000 pays 25.8% of that income in tax. What is the value of X in the table? So we know 90,000 falls within the 78801 to 108400 bracket. So we can use that information in order to find the missing term. So the tax payable, if you're in the third bracket, is 18292 plus X many cents per dollar times any income over 78,800, income minus 78800. So this is an equation that links your income, the marginal tax rate in that fourth bracket, the base tax payable, and the total tax payable. We know the tax payable on a taxable income of 90,000 is 25.8% of that. So the tax payable is 0.258 times 90,000. The question doesn't actually tell us this number, we have to calculate it. 0.258 times 90,000, that is $23,220. So we now have the tax term in this table. The income term that we're missing is the 90,000. This was the person's income in this case. The only term we're missing is the X, and that's actually what we're being asked to find. So if we rearrange this expression, solve it for X, plug tax and I in, then this will give us the X value. So I'm going to do this as an algebra rearrangement. So we have tax is 18292 plus X, the number we're after, times income minus 78800. So I'm going to minus 18292 from both sides. 18292 minus 18292. This tells us that tax minus 18292 is equal to X, the rate, multiplied by your income minus 78800. Divide both sides by income minus 78800. So this is income minus 78800. And now we have a rearranged form of this equation. We can now plug in the tax number we have from up here and the income number and solve. So this tells us that X is going to be equal to tax, which is 23220, minus 18292, divided by the income, which we know is 90,000, 90000, minus 78800, 78800. So therefore, X, the value missing from the table, is 23220 minus 18292 divided by 90,000 minus 78800. My calculator tells me it's 11 on 25, which is 0.44 or 44 cents for each dollar. 44 cents per dollar. And this is the answer to this question. Now, as a quick check, when you look in the tax table, the number of cents per dollar of the bracket before was 33. The number of cents for the bracket after is 48. It's very likely that this number should be between those two numbers. It doesn't have to be. You can have differential tax brackets where one of them is higher, and then when you move to a higher level, the tax bracket percentage falls. But usually that's not what you see in a progressive tax table. This is a tax table for a progressive system of taxation, where the percentage increases as the income increases. So this is a good sign. This suggests to us that what we have is correct. In terms of the marking, you're going to get 1 mark for some setup. So setting up an equation or finding a variable, something along those lines. This will be the first mark. For the second mark, you'll really have to get an expression for the x term. So you'll have to have some expression that lets you find the tax payable in the 90,000. Something along those lines will be 1 mark. And then you'll have to have an expression which solves for the missing x value. That'll be the second mark. Then the third mark will be for the correct answer, which is 0.44 or 44 cents per dollar. And it's better to answer 44 cents per dollar because 44 is the number missing from the box. Right? And cents per dollar is already written after it. But this is how we do question 37.